Hey everybody, Voltas here, coming through your speakers, and today we are loading ourselves up another 1v1 matchup. This is on the ladder. It's not a tournament or anything, but I found this replay. It looked like it had some interesting people involved in it, so I decided to hit it up. This is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg. Now, one of the players didn't always play Zerg. I think he played, well, I'm not sure what he played in beta, but I knew out of beta he actually played Terran for a little while. But he switched over to Zerg. I'm not sure why. You know, a lot of times people want to try a different world. So let's introduce our players here. In the upper 12 o'clock region of Metalopolis, we have our red Zerg player. This is Game of Drones, which is actually not his name. I understand that this is actually Liquid.TLO. So the little one's playing up here on the north end of Metalopolis. And then the blue Zerg at the bottom 6 o'clock position, wearing the blue trunks, we have Anbu. I'm not really familiar with this guy, but hey, you know, it's a Zerg versus Zerg on Metalopolis. This should be somewhat interesting. I think a lot of people say that Metalopolis works really good for Zerg players just because of this open expanse right here, as well as you've got like a second way of getting in. So a lot of openings to infiltrate a natural base. But you know, in the end, you know, there is, like, for Protoss, you can do that little curve arc of buildings and stuff and do a pretty good defense at the ramp. And then after that, I'm not sure. I guess this is not the MLG version, so they do have the gold in the kind of neutral, scary area in the middle, and that can make for some interesting play at the end game. Looks like they're chatting back and forth. A little TT, I'm not sure, maybe they're not even speaking my language, but it looks like TLO is going to go ahead and put down his hatch at the natural. Looks like a 15 hatch, 14 hatch, and Anbu is not really dropping. Looks like they're both speaking the same language, and it ain't mine, so I'm not sure what's going on here as far as our blue Zerg player, whether or not he plans on dropping down something at the natural. Could be that I didn't see when he put down he's got one gas. He's still mining the gas after doing how did you get 50? It looks like he started to and then stopped. I guess he did get his 50 because he does have metabolic boosts coming, so he is working on some Zerglings. And Zergling speed should come up now. There is the hatchery. That's at 21, 22. Pretty late, I think, but this could mean that he's going to have some kind of aggression going on. Some earlier aggression. He's got 4 Zerglings. I think that's just more of a scout on his part. Let's bring in some production tab. Nothing too unusual going on. TL's got 3 Zerglings that are covering the ramp. That'll be just fine. Got a spine crawler going down for TLO, which should cover most of this area and the ramp. I do not see any real dangers coming from these 4 Zerglings. Both guys have Overlords spread out all over the place, so I wouldn't say that either of them have any specific kind of map dominance. Right now, we've got this queen. She is ready to spew some stuff on this hatch when it comes up. Look at her. She's drooling. There's little queen drools just waiting for her to puke. She's like, yum. We got these guys going down here. Looks like they're going to do, oh, perfect timing on that. Come on, spew, spew. There you go. I like a good woman that pukes. All right, what we got going on over here? We got Baneling nest coming from TLO. So we are going to see some Banelings. Not too unusual for a Zerg versus Zerg setup. It's good for Banelings are good at getting rid of mass amounts of Zerglings. Later on, when you start getting into roaches and stuff, they become a little less effective. but definitely necessity. And as you can see, both sides up here are going for baneling nests, so it looks like it's going to be some baneling on baneling action. Yeah, baby. You know how I like it. Yeah, that was bad. I know. So we got banelings coming up. We got 2 banelings. They're going to sit at this ramp here. I'd say this ramp is safe. Spine crawler coming in, so he's going to have a total of 2 spine crawlers up at his natural. Looks like plenty of defense. These banelings are coming out, and they're going to be, swing and a miss. Oh, looks like those 2 banelings got those. But are they going to be able to, these 2 banelings are going in, and one blows up, and this other guy does a decent amount of damage. A lot of these drones are hurt, but it doesn't look like he is going to be able to poke in with the rest of those zerglings. So, although it was somewhat effective, I think we could have seen a lot more damage. And let me see if I can get my, that's APM. Where's my dang in there? Okay, I turned off the music. Units killed R. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, got all this stuff going. I'm a real pro caster, you can tell. So, it does look like he lost 3 workers. It looks like Anbu just lost 1. I'm not sure if it was just a scouting drone. Okay, so we do have a response from TLO, and he's coming in here, and he does scare off all of those drones. It looks like he is surrounded on the queen and does take down the queen. We got the baneling bombs all over the place. Got one more baneling that's going to come in here, and the second queen is severely damaged. But it does look like that was cleaned up. A lot of zerglings just got spawned by Anbu, so that's more banelings. I think that was like baneling on baneling action, so not a lot happened there. It looked like an even matchup. All right, we've got all of these banelings that Anbu put up, and it looks like he is going to run off those. He's going to try to prevent this 3rd hatchery, and the banelings come in, scare them off. Now it looks like these banelings are ready to come up. Come on, dude! Boom! Wow, that was some. That was 3 or 4 zerglings. Do you have some more baneling on baneling action? These banelings back and forth, and it looks like close engagement. Doesn't look like there's anything significant. Now the zerglings are just gonna maul at each other. It does look like TLO did hold off that push. Overall, I think the resource exchange was relatively equal, other than the fact that not a lot of damage to drones or anything went on. So the baneling on baneling and zergling on zergling action continues. It does look like TLO is getting missile attack, so I'm assuming that's going to go in line with some muta play. And wow, tit for tat. Now we have another attack from TLO on Anbu's, I can't get his name right, Anbu's hatchery, and then boom, baneling action takes it out. So again, kind of just tit for tat going on. Nothing too crazy, I would say. As far as a mirror matchup, they are mirroring each other perfectly. Doesn't look like either side is doing anything significantly different, except we do look like we have some reconstruct. What is that? I don't know zergling that much, but it does look like both sides are going for it. Actually, I said that there was going to be a difference, and then they both started doing it. So it does look like we're getting some kind of missile attack upgrade, and then is that armor upgrade? Wish I knew. Roach, increased movement speed of roaches, and there we go. I learn something new every day. So yeah, he is getting the roach speed upgrade, which is good because roaches are really slow. We have the first set of roaches coming in from TLO. It looks like this is a little earlier, and it looks like he is going to take out the hatchery, and that's huge for TLO. Huge! Look at this. This is great. Now, it does look like there's a couple roaches that are just now spawning in, but they're going to easily be taken out by the initial push from TLO. TLO is just going to sit on top of this hatchery in victory, marching around with his roaches saying, yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Bring it! And it does look like TLO is... Now, I'm not sure what happened up here. I thought this hatchery was already in play. Did I miss something up there? So, maybe the tit for tat continues on. Apologize. I guess I missed that destruction of this hatchery because that should have been there. Either way, that was a pretty solid engagement from TLO. Both sides doing a good job of mirroring each other's movements. Now, if we look at the army size tab, it does look like, or the army size, it looks like both of them are near to equivalent. We got 106 for TLO, and Anbu is sitting at 117. A little bit bigger, but nothing too major. We do have a couple infestors coming from TLO. I'm not sure, have we actually reached infestors? We got a lot of roaches coming in here. These spine crawlers are not ready at all. And they will, now nice fungal growth on, double fungal growth on those roaches, doing a lot of damage to them. And I think those guys are they are peaked and red and hurting. So I would say that that was pretty good for TLO. Good defense on his third base. Does look like there is going to be another push down here to try to tit for tat, so to speak. I'm going to look up here, at least do a little scout around, making sure that our blue player is not doing anything tricky, doing any kind of hidden expand, and it doesn't look like that is happening, and it looks like he is going in here doing a significant amount of damage to this hatchery. Will he be able to take it down? It does look like he will get pushed back by the roach response from our blue zerg player. Still got the defense forces up here for TLO, and he is now putting down a hatchery on the gold base. He feels pretty confident in his position here. So I'm liking where TLO is sitting right now. It looks like they may be even in most of their stuff, but slowly TLO is pushing ahead. He's got an overseer. He has infestors out here. So he's looking like he's in a little bit better shape than our blue zerg. Anbu. Let me get his name right. Okay, we do have infestors now for Anbu. So he's plugging along. I don't see him expanding anytime soon, especially with these banelings and these roaches over here. They're going to prevent anything from going on too soon over here. I don't think it's a good idea to head in here for this. Oh, now look at this. TLO is double expanding. He's got this hatchery over here popping up out of nowhere. So he's going to have a huge amount of resources, and he's going to be splitting Metalopolis in half. I don't know if it's going to really get split in half just yet, because it looks like he's going to be able to prevent Anbu from doing just that with his half of the map. So things are looking pretty good. Both sides are macroing up. It looks like Anbu is at 199, so basically maxed out on his army. Defended against that little push in with not a lot of damage. So I think he's doing a good job there. He's got a defensive force of roaches up here. I'm not sure if I really appreciate his combination. He's going roach infester. That's fine, but I think it's going to lose steam as we go forward. Well, we're just going to march by these two roaches. Don't worry about them. Oh, nice. Nice fungal growth on those roaches. And then we are going to have an engagement. A lot of infestors on TLO's side. Another decent fungal growth. A lot of roaches on Anbu's part. We'll see how that goes. So he is landing some good infestations. Fungal growth. It doesn't look like Anbu is landing quite as many fungal growth. Now we got the fungal growth, and we got some infested marines popping up. So yeah, it looks like, you know, I thought TLO had that engagement a little bit better than he did, but it does look like he is going to lose all of these infestors. That is not good news. One of them burrows, but that is really not going to be enough to save him. A lot of burrowing going on. I really thought he had a better advantage here, but that tapered off. We do have hydras being added to the mix. Should add a little more DPS, which will be effective against a solid roach play. A lot of roaches. Anbu still focusing on just a lot of roach play. We'll see how this goes. does come in here. He is pushing a nice fungal growth from TLO. Well done. He's got some really well placed fungal growth. And he is going to push into this gold base. Going back and forth, he has pushed the Hydras underground, which I suppose is good because now he has free reign on this gold base, and it looks like he might be able. I kind of wish he would have focus fired. He does look like he's got these roaches back here that are going to try to focus on taking down this gold hatchery, but he's losing on the front lines and getting slowly pushed back by TLO. So TLO does save this gold base. Looks like the Overseer is going to get destroyed. That could have been useful during some of that burrow play. And it looks like TLO has moved back to more of a roach type play. We do have a hatchery down and gold production heading up here. And it looks like TLO is going to come in with a bunch of roaches, take out a lot of drones. Just hammering those drones. Nice fungal growth on the blue player's roach setup. But still, it looks like it's just a little bit more of tit for tat. I really kind of like this game. I like the way it's evolving. I think one side is not getting any specific tech advantage. You know, TLO jumped over to Hydras quickly to try to get a little bit more DPS, and I don't think it was as effective as he wanted to. So he quickly spawned up a roach army. Roach against roach action. Yes, we've upgraded our action. It's now roach on roach. And yeah, all right. So not a lot of stuff going on. It looks like there is some saturation on the gold here for Anbu. Both sides still doing okay. TLO is still one base ahead. We've got some creep going down over here, so I don't see our blue player getting in there. Now we do have a huge insurgence of roaches. This is the day of the roach. Nice fungal growth. TLO is doing really nice sniping with those fungal growths. He's doing really good with those. Now it looks like they are attacking this roach warrant, and that could stall roach production for TLO a little bit. I'm not sure if he does have a backup. He is pushing heavily into this natural, although most of it is fully taken down. He can take out this tech for TLO and eventually push up to the main base, but then he pulls back. I'm not sure why he's pulling back. I think he's going to try to take out this gold base. He has done some damage to this hatchery, and it will easily go down to this massive force of roaches. TLO is really slow to respond. Oh, we got a counter response. Same thing going on. Took down his natural. Looks like it's going to be another tit for tat. Tit for tat. Now, I would say that this roach group is significantly smaller, but ironically, TLO had the ramp advantage at Anbu's main base, but it doesn't look like he is going to, even despite being at the top of the ramp, he really isn't able to take advantage of it just because of the massive number of roaches. So this insurgence is going to get cleaned up at the cost of his natural, and it does look like he took out his third here. So actually, he did do a good job of halting production. He got a hatchery and a roach warden. Apparently, he took out his roach warden both sides, tit for tat. Got a roach warden going down over here and a hatchery. I'm not sure why he placed that there. I think he was just desperate to get one down when he saw that he wasn't able to produce them. Another hatchery coming up here. So definitely licking some wounds on both sides. And during the wound licking, TLO has moved back to some zerglings to kind of do a little bit, and it does look like he is going to possibly be able to take this hatchery out. And then from there I would directly focus on that roach warden. I'm not sure if that's his only roach warden, but hey, might as well take that thing out, try to get rid of some technology. That tends to be the case there. Sorry about moving off the screen. I'm going crazy over here. Just got a brand new tattoo on my leg, and I kind of rested my other leg against it, and sometimes you get ink and blood all over yourself. You really should get tattoos. They're great. So I was checking on that, and we just kind of scrolled off into no man's land to the little city below. So this Roach Warren is still hanging out. The thing is it's bleeding pretty bad, and the only thing that's keeping it alive is oh wait, it's actually using the Overlord from TLO. That's hilarious. TLO can just stop puking and that thing would die. Does look like TLO is going to try to prevent this additional expand from Anbu. And you know, I'll be honest. Oh my goodness! Now it's all really going to depend on this Roach push, because I don't think Anbu has enough resources to really keep this up. He's lost a lot of hatcheries, a lot of larvae. He is not going to be able to do this forever. Infestitarian's going down. Nice fungal growth from TLO, and this engagement is slowly devolving down. Got those Infestitarians doing a lot of damage to those spine crawlers, so that's doing pretty good. I'm not sure why Anbu kind of pulled back. I think he should have stayed strong and pushed in a little further. What is he doing? Just sitting around letting TLO... You know, TLO is going to be able to rebuild his army. Seems like he's just letting TLO rebuild the army, and then he's going to drop down these Infestitarians, try to get rid of TLO's Infestors. And it does look like he is doing a decent job of taking out TLO. TLO is really not rebuilding his army as quickly as I thought. Got a multi-pronged attack from Anbu. Surprisingly enough, let's look at what we're doing. We're not even, you know, I lied. You know, with all these hatcheries, you'd think he was doing some production, but to be honest, this is the only hatchery that is actually doing anything, and TLO is slowly getting starved to death. I really did not see that coming with the number of hatcheries. I just assumed that TLO was actually doing a lot better than he did. Cancels all of those spine crawlers, and really this Roach army is just tearing TLO apart. I'm shocked. Finally, he moves this thing, and it does look like that Roach Warden does go down. And wow, I really liked the way TLO was expanding, but he just didn't keep it up. I'm not sure if it was that he wasn't droning enough. And there he goes. Good game. Very interesting play on both parts. I really liked, you know, this is the epitome of a mirror matchup. Tit for tat, both of them attacking, very similar attack timings, very similar tech trees. The biggest difference I could see in the gameplay was Infestitarians and well-placed fungal growths. They both played a little bit different there. I think Anbu focused a lot more on Roach play. The Hydra play that TLO brought to bear was short and ineffectual. Anyway, good game, and hey, thanks for watching.